All right, how we doing, folks? It's your boy Margos kicking it off here, Freestyle Friday. I know you must be shocked and all, completely out of your mind, saying to yourself, "What the is this kid playing Battlefield 4? Oh my God, I can't believe it! He's switching sides. He betrayed us, the Call of Duty community. ¿Cómo va a ser eso?" It's okay. It's okay. I still love my Call of Duty. I'm still gonna play my Call of Duty. Ghosts will be bought at some point in my lifetime. But we had to try the Battlefield, man. The beta's been out. I wanted to give it a shot. I mentioned last week that I was downloading it. I hadn't been able to get a chance to really play it. And I was excited to play. I was excited to give it a shot and see what this whole Battlefield craze was about and whether it lived up to the hype or whether it didn't. Let's give you some of my opinions. This was my second game that I played on it. And I played a little bit more after that, a little bit more before that. But I hopped on. I probably gained like 3 or 4 more games after that. And I came off and I wanted to come right into the video and talk about it, because I wanted to let you guys know how I feel right off the bat, right off just the wazoo, about how I feel about the game so far. Well, you know what I'm saying? How about you doing over here in the game so far? So this is the Conquest mode, which I guess is what the description described as like the main mode, just the map, and you capture points and shit, A, B, and C, kind of like domination. One thing, we'll start off with the positives. I want to start off in a very positive manner today. The movement of the character, I love it. I love the movement of the character. I'm not sure if he could run for infinity. I felt like I could. That's a tower over there that you could take down. I want to show you guys the levelization, as they call it in this game. That tower could come down. I think in this game it actually stayed stand the whole time, surprisingly, because this is a very quick Conquest mode. We kind of whoop these guys' asses. But most time out of 10, or 9 times out of 10, I think, comes down. We'll talk about that, though, about how that can be a good and a bad thing. The positive, the movement of the character. I think, I don't know, I felt like I sprinted forever. Whenever I wanted to, I could sprint. But the movement, the mansing over climbing the other over everything, which I'm really excited about, which hopefully introduced into Ghosts, you know, to make it just the mansling that much easier and smoother, which they mentioned. Really great. The lean feature, not so much. I don't really use it too much. I think maybe as I get more experience, more familiar with the surroundings, I might be able to use it to my advantage. But I didn't really feel the need to be leaning all over the place. But it's there. It's there if you want to use it. It's cool. So the movement is really just fluid and whatnot. The guns felt good. I felt like a lot of recoil on them at first, but I think that's fair. You know, whatever. I don't really judge guns per se. It's like, it's not I'm going to buy this game because you can't have guns, and I just got the snap that at me. I thought that was an enemy over there. I guess it wasn't. I'm not a big fan of the kill cams either. I'd rather see how he shoots me rather than just see this orange strange thing running around. It kind of shows you where he's going, which is cool and whatnot. So here's something a little very different from Call of Duty, which I was kind of in shock at. You could pick where you spawn, which I think is not so good. Let me go with the rest of the positives, though. The sound, I really like the sound. I was very impressed by how the game sounded. Sometimes when there was just deafening blows, when maybe like a building like next to me exploded or whatnot, that was really cool. I was able to pinpoint people walking them fairly relatively easy. I mean, not like, pinpoint accuracy with like Sit Right Pro in Modern Warfare 3, but fairly easy. I feel that when you do use that, it will be very good over there. The verticality of the maps I enjoyed as well, even though I think it's a little extreme. Like, this is the top of a skyscraper. I think it's a little bit too much. But in terms of the parachuting and whatnot, I think it's very cool. That's something I always try to do, and I think I might actually try to parachute right here. Woo! The water, I wasn't too fun about the movement there, but the movement overall is very fond about. And I'm sorry to say that's kind of all the positives I got. The not so fun parts about the game, for example. I think, well, let me tell you, this is a positive for me, but I think it's a little ridiculous. I'm shooting over here. I think it's my teammate, and later on his name came up. I'm like, yeah, you're my teammate, my fault. Sorry, buddy. Thank God it ain't for any firearm. I feel like you could cap things from very far away. Like, I'm capping this flag from up there. Now, this isn't the best spot. I mean, I'm standing on top of a broke glass. It's easily broken over here. And I heard that there's like an elevator coming up. I don't really know where the elevator is. So, whatever. Turn around and this guy happens to be there. I'm like, thanks, buddy. You're dead. Take it easy on the graphics, too. I'm not even going to mention it. It looks pretty crappy. I was kind of shocked when I first played it. I was like, this doesn't look too good. It looks a lot better on PC. I'm sure it'll look better in the final version. I'm not really too worried about that. This is only a downloadable beta. It's like a gig anyway that I downloaded, so you can't expect too much out of it to begin with. And that got by me right there. That was just my fault. But anyway, capping the objectives. I feel like you can really cap things from pretty far away. It's good for when you're capping, but it's bad, I could imagine, when, maybe you're rolling up into C, like this building over here, Charlie, and there's like 2 or 3 guys just hiding in corners over there, just capping away, and you're trying to pin these guys down. I tried to throw a nade over here. I'm so bad at, well, I'm so bad at the aim. I'm not sure how far my gun could actually reach or how far my nades are and whatnot. And I never know when I got the parachute or not. One thing that I won't count as a negative or positive, just something I kind of get used to. And I was trying to come over here with John Rambo and help this man out. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. But you noticed over there, those guys spawned there, which is kind of crazy how, like, you could spawn on top of people, and that's one thing that I don't really like too much. I like the idea of picking spawns. That's neat. That's very good. The problem with picking spawns is that you get situations like this, and that is the beta as well. So, you know, the spawns are going to change. It's not going to be exactly the same. It'll be better when the game actually comes out, hopefully. Hopefully. Let's cross our fingers. I'm saying all these things and hoping, but who knows. But, you know, I have had times where, especially on, for example, on Bravo, the B building, where I got killed, and there was my squad leader was there, so I was able to spawn again right next to him. And I popped the guy, because the guy was either reloading, or he still had to move, or I mean, I had a big advantage in the fact that I spawned right there. That's kind of crazy. Or even spawning an objective where you're capping. That's kind of crazy. I understand it might be to neutralize the fact that the maps are so damn big, and I'm probably just laying down, but notice how I'm capping this thing as well. I'm like, dude, I'm so far away, and I'm still capping. Like, alright, bro, like, I can just chill over here and cap away. Yeah, Marcos don't like it. I assume when there's more people playing the game and there's more shit, you know, I got lucky that there wasn't too many vehicles rolling around, so I guess you could just pull up with a tank and blow me up. I guess that's an option. There's a lot of options in the game. It's one of the very big positives about the game I forgot to mention. The options. You could play it however million which ways you want it, and I do believe that every time you play the map, it will be a completely different experience. Whereas in Call of Duty, I'm not exactly sure I could say that. It will be an experience. Like, it'll be different, obviously. It's not going to be the same people that's doing the same things. But you know that there's hot zones. There's going to be hot zones in this too. But I think there's going to be less just because the enormity of the space and the enormity of different ways of play and the fact that some things will be broken and that building B might not be there. So that changes as well, which is something that they also talk about in Call of Duty Ghosts, you know, with the different maps breaking down and whatnot, how that will change the map. I don't think anything will be as crazy as this, where like a whole skyscraper comes down. But, you know, there's little things like that. Love climbing over that car over there. I think that's kind of ludicrous how, like, easily I climbed over it, but whatever. It worked out. But the spawning issue, I like the idea of giving them somewhere to spawn. I don't really like the idea of me having to use it. And right there, for example, you hear that little elevator noise, and this is just me. This is my second game playing, but I just assumed there was an elevator noise, and we managed to do that over there. Mantling over things, I still can't get over how good it is. Once again, showing you the skyscraper comes down. There's like 4 little pillars in the front. You can knock it down. I'm sure these guys have seen it. I know they've been showing it off in betas everywhere. That's why I didn't even bother to shoot this guy. So you could swim as well, and you could dive, which apparently is like a new thing. It's okay. This guy's trying to shoot me. I'm like, homie, we're both in the water. Why are you trying to shoot me? I pull out my second there. I'm waiting to see maybe if he went under. And yeah, he went under. All right. He went 6 feet under, though. My man is dead. Very neat little graphical effect over there. Just wiping the water off the eyes right there coming out. Very good touch in an otherwise, you know, graphically dull game so much. The colors, I'm not a big fan of, and that's something I could judge as well. It just seems dull. But notice again, this is a city map, so I'm not going to judge it. I'm sure they'll have a jungle map. I'm sure they'll have other different kinds of map that will provide more variety. But this map, and when the building does collapse and you see all the dust and everywhere, and that's one thing I am nervous about in general for almost all next generation games. They talk about the dust particles and what they could do and the power of the systems and how they could generate all this realistic dust. That's great. It's just, it can't get in the way. Like, I'm not buying a game because of dust, bro. Like, dust isn't something I want in my life or in my video game. And I see this guy over here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try to push over here. I think he's aiming at the guy behind me, so I'm like, all right, let me sneak over here. And, yeah, for all y'all that think quick scoping ain't a thing, unless that was not a sniper, my lord, did he just pop me. I guess you might have one shot me with like a assault rifle or something. My goodness gracious, I couldn't believe it. I was appalled. Once again, I'm waiting over here. I spawned this guy's ass. That was a little bit not too appropriate, but whatever. Now I'm coming down over here, and I didn't notice that I did this, so I was really confused. I thought my gun was jammed or something, but I hit the select fire on the bottom, which is a very neat feature that almost, I don't know, I mean, I'm not going to venture over there. But every gun I used had a select fire type option, well, in the assault class at least. The other classes, you know, each class has its own different things and all different equipment that you could bring to the table and mishmash with that. The sniper's kicking my ass. But you know, I had some success with LMG class, with the support class. The engineer didn't really do much for me in the recon. I didn't really, it was just sniping around. And I put a couple shells into guys. They didn't go down. So I guess the one-shot ability, I guess, I mean, it really depends on the range and whatnot, where it's going. It's okay. They're okay. I need a little more time, but overall, I just stuck with the assault, kept it simple, stupid, kept the John Rambo over here. This red area right over here, maybe Jay could explain this to him too, because this one threw me off a little bit as well. And this is one thing I didn't really too enjoy about the beta. if you haven't played Battlefield, and I played Battlefield 3 a little bit when it first came out. I gave it a shot, and I just didn't like it. I was like, this is whack, and I let it be. I played through the single player. The single player was eh. And I played through the multiplayer, and the multiplayer was eh. So I just left. I don't want to put that much work into it. So this is like a very, and I think there's a lot of people like me in this boat, and especially a lot of Call of Duty players that are saying, hey, you know, I'd like to see what else is out there. You know, give me some other options. You know, maybe I'm a little bit tired of Call of Duty. Maybe I want to change the pace game. Maybe I want to do something else. And I looked over here at Battlefield, and you'd expect, especially in the beta, to kind of guide you through how to do things and what is going on. I don't know what that red zone is. I'm assuming some sort of safe zone where they could spawn at. Hopefully they can't shoot me, though, because it ain't my fault I'm going up all up in your bitch, and your bitch, and your bitch, and your bitch. One thing, though, I want to talk about, and it's essential I point this out, even though... First, let's go up this elevator right here. So I come up the elevator because we saw that guy came up the elevator, right? And I'm wondering, I'm like, did he jump off? And I see him over here. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, let me put that knife right in it. Took the dog tags right over there. A lot has been talked about how, like, sick that looks. It's cool. I like it. I don't really think it's that crazy, though. That's just me. This helicopter's coming over here, and this is a perfect introduction when I want to talk about vehicles. So Battlefield's very big into vehicles. You got the APCs, you got the little Jeep guys, the Humvees, you got the helicopters, the fighter jets, the tanks. I love this parachute. The parachute was great. I just don't see how they're not overpowered. And let me explain myself. The first game I played, I was just dying. I had no idea what the hell was going on. No clue. Just playing Battlefield 4 beta. Get my ass handed to me. No idea. And then all of a sudden I hopped in this tank. I was the gunner on the tank. Well, Marcos racked up like 7 kills in that damn tank. And Marcos didn't even know what to even shoot. I was like switching in between like scopes because I just didn't know what the hell I was doing. Obviously, you can take them out. You can RPG them. You can shoot them with grenade launchers. You shoot them in different parts. They go a lot quicker. Yeah, that's fair. But you're going to die. And, you know, and I got killed oftentimes from helicopters or from gunners in helicopters. For the helicopter itself, I'm trying to run away from these guys. They popped me. Good kill. And it's just... I don't see how vehicles aren't overpowered and how I just can't get in a vehicle and kick everybody's ass. I don't do it personally because I don't find it fun. I'd rather be on the ground. But it does irk me a little bit that, you know, I'm kicking ass, I'm tearing down places, I'm copping over here, Charlie, I'm killing it, and all of a sudden some goon just like crashes in with like a fighter jet and like kills me, or like a helicopter and just starts spraying down and I'm dead. It's war, I guess. It's realistic, but that's the part where, you know, there's a thin line between fries and shakes, right? Well, there's a thin line between what's fun and realistic. I'd rather have my game be fun and less realistic than be so realistic that it's not too fun. I'm coming over here with a damn grenade launcher. I'm like, I'm going to kill this man. I told you I was going to kill that man. And I'm not sure if I saved my teammate or not, but I tried, man. I gave my best shot. So that's always something that I warranted. You know, when they did it in World at War, where they put the tanks and whatnot. Notice how they never came back and put tanks in another Call of Duty game. Matter of fact, Call of Duty is going to complete opposite with small maps, as opposed. I think I told I was in a video a couple weeks ago. It's going to complete opposite with small maps, whereas Battlefield is going bigger and better and stronger. I'm not too sure. This map per se, I think it's because we kept them pinned down so much. I kind of felt like I was always around the enemy. But, you know, playing some other times where maybe all the capture points were disputed, there was often times when I couldn't find a soul. And I was just walking from point A to C, wondering, where are these people that are capping this? Like, you're telling me there's someone capping Charlie, but I don't see nobody here. Once again, I'm sure once the lobbies fill up and whatnot, that'll probably improve. And everything will improve from the beta. It means a beta, for God's sake. So everything is going to get better. Overall, am I going to go out and get Battlefield 4 when I was playing this game? I'm not 100% convinced I'm going to do that. I don't see myself playing Battlefield 4 too much in the future. But maybe if I get a discount, I might play it. I might check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We kicked these guys' asses. We got all the tickets. We need a better name for that, too, because tickets. Come on, man. I mean, at least a big ticket or something. Shout out to my man, Kevin Garnett. Hope you guys have a great Friday. Make sure you check out the Let's Play. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. All that hood stuff. We deuces.